Hey there, and welcome back to Wake Up Woman. So this month, or actually it was last month in October, we were supposed to be talking about masks and how we wear masks, and as women, how we wear a whole lot of them, because we are creatures that change our hats a lot, if you know what I mean. And you can go back and watch those other videos and read those other blogs. But I just wanted to take a minute and really share my heart and be really transparent and honest for a few minutes about two different things. So the first thing is that this was supposed to be a series during the month of October, and today's date is November the 3rd. So obviously that means that I didn't get my blog finished. And I wanted just to be transparent and honest with you about that because I was really beating myself up about it and giving myself a hard time. I had great plans, but we went out of town, and then I came home. My husband was sick, and that lasted a couple weeks, and then he's been home, and it just threw things really out of whack, and it left me really, I don't know, like just out of sync, out of rhythm, with no schedule and plan, and that led to me not being really focused on Wake Up Woman, which led to me not doing my blog post, which led to me not doing my video. So here I am, doing my video for the rest of the series because you know what? Whether it's October or not, I want to finish out this series. There's not going to be a blog post to go with this video. It's just going to be the vlog. So here it is. Sometimes life gets really full and life gets really complicated, and there are a lot of things out there that vie for our attention and demand our focus. And if we're not really super careful, even really great things end up becoming things that shift our focus away from the things we want them to be on. And when I was really thinking about and dealing with this the other day, of course it was really close to Halloween, and you know, the kids are having masks, and everywhere we go they're wanting to try masks on, and you know, the stores are like, no mask, don't wear a mask in the store. And I was just trying to really get some internal perspective on a few things going on in my own life, particularly related to this being so unfocused and being kind of all over the place. And I thought about how when you wear a mask, like one of the things that happens when you have a mask on is that it really messes up your vision, and particularly like your peripheral vision. But I mean, when you only have this much space to look out of, but anyway, you know what I mean? Like when you only have a tiny bit of space to look out of and the rest is covered by some kind of fabric or plastic, depending on the mask that you've chosen to wear, it messes up your vision. And I just think that that's really profound and really powerful thing to remember. And we talked a little bit about making masks work for you and not against you. But this is something entirely different. Like sometimes the masks just have to come off because you can't see clearly with them, or if you're wearing the wrong kind of mask, it just messes up, and so you see this much. You know, you're walking around and you see only what's right here. And it really, if you just do that, put your hands up and just see, you know, what can you see, and look around. I mean, it limits your ability and your vision. And when you open it, all of this space, all up here and down here and over here on the sides, becomes in your field of view again. And I just think that there's just all this stuff demanding our attentions, and sometimes as women and mom, we put on the mask and we're just like, but it takes away from the peripheral. It takes away from the margin. And I think in that margin, there's so much to be gained in that space. And I was really trying to work trying to work few things. And I was really thinking about my mom and just growing up, and you know, when you become a mom and you think about to your childhood and how you acted towards your mom and how you you never thought to try to look through their eyes, through the mask they were wearing. You never thought about it. It never crossed your mind. And now when I think about that, I think, I had my kid mask on. I had my, this is what I'm doing for myself, and I could only see what was right here in front of me. And my mom saw this stuff around the outside that I didn't see, and she saw it from a different perspective. And there's just a lot of things in that space that we can really gain a lot of value from. And actually, maybe not so much, it actually can help you focus even more, because when you see the stuff going around the outside of your life and your issues, it can help you say, you know what, I know I'm not supposed to be focused on that, or I know that thing over there is not for me, and it's just noise, and I really need to be right here. And it helps you be very clear about what it is that you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be doing it. So I hope that makes sense. It might not make a lot of sense, but I think you understand. There's so little time in the day, and when you don't take the opportunity to take the mask off to actually gain perspective, maybe that's a better way to put it, that you actually gain perspective when you're able to take that mask off for a few minutes and really think about seeing things through someone else's eyes. So number 2 that I wanted to talk to you about is that the whole concept that, your masks aren't meant to control you. We already covered that. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of hype associated with that we're supposed to be totally authentic and transparent to everybody, everywhere, all the time. Because you know what? There's pieces and places inside of you that are sacred and that aren't meant for the whole wide world. And I just want to give you permission to not have to be transparent with everybody, everywhere. And you can use those masks that you wear, and as you're changing roles throughout the day and throughout your life, that you're okay and comfortable with your own skin to say, you know what, I don't need to be completely transparent with, all the people in line at the line where they get to pick up your kids from school. You didn't tell me homeschool. You don't have to be transparent with every single person that you go to church with, or you don't have to be transparent with every single employee where you work. That there's spaces within you that are so precious and are reserved for people who really, really deserve it. And I think that we spend a lot of energy and effort on people who don't really deserve it. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but it's true. And I know I do it too. I look back how I spent my time, how I spent my energy, and those people didn't deserve it. And not that they're not valuable or wonderful people, but they're not my top priority. They're not the most important thing in my life. And I've spent this energy on something that's of value to me, and spent it on something that will not return any value. So having said that, I just encourage you to explore your heart and your soul, and take a look at the places where you're expending energy, which is of tremendous value, so that you can kind of say, you know what, this area of my life is not paying back to me the value that I'm putting out to it. And so I don't need that, and I don't need to share my whole everything with everybody. Just be who you are and be honest, but don't feel like you have to be this completely, what I'm trying to say is you can be a little opaque every once in a while, and it's okay. It's okay to be a little opaque. So I just wanted to say, I'm really looking forward to the month of November. Gosh, we have so much to be thankful for. Where would we even start, guys? So I have some things planned. I just want to, again, take my mask off for a minute and be really honest. I think I probably bit off a little bit more than I could chew in October and got really overwhelmed with a bunch of other stuff in life, and that's okay. And we'll just hit the ground running for November, and I look forward to seeing this grow, and I hope that, you know, that most of all that you ladies will just be able to connect in a way where you feel like this is a space where you can come and gain some kind of value, and that then it's an encouragement and motivation for you just to be really real with yourself, and that there's lots of motivation just to love with all your heart. So take care, and we'll see you next time.